Yo, what is happening? Episode 123 of many. I'm going to turn the sun on real quick, and I'm going to walk outside and talk to you guys. But if this is your first time tuning in, go back and listen to episodes 1 through 4. That'll give you a little base level understanding of kind of who I am and what the Grizzly life is all about, or how the Grizzly life, I guess, has come to be at this point. But we've got Grizzly Fitness, multiple gym locations here in central Wisconsin. We've got Priority Fitness, which is a fitness equipment install, servicing, moving equipment business, everything fitness equipment related. And then we own some real estate and now a bar and restaurant. So my name's Colton. Like I said, go back and listen to episodes 1 through 4 to get a brief on that. But today's episode, we're going to keep it short and sweet, I think. I was just talking to my mom and I was like, what should we talk about today on the episode? And she brought up a good point, because this is something that's kind of pressing right now. So this is just general fitness today. I want you to share this episode with somebody who needs to hear this, because this is the trend that we see in the gym, right? Everybody wants the nice weather, and as soon as the nice weather comes, they want to go outside more and, travel more and see more stuff and do more stuff, right? Or whatever. I get it. We get busy in the summer. Maybe you've got your kids. Again, you got the nicer weather. But I really want to put the emphasis on how important it is to stick with a routine in the gym. Maybe you step back a little bit. Maybe you are a 5-day or 6-day a week workout person and you just kind of want to maintain throughout the summer. Maybe we're not trying to strive and hit new PRs. But, like for personal training, for example, we have a lot of people who want to pause throughout the summer because they don't want to commit to, I don't want to say commit to themselves, but they've got their own priorities and they've got other things going on. That is 100% okay. I get that, as do I. We do need to put ourselves first. It is very important that we do not take a step in the wrong direction. Now, of course, if you have an injury, if you have some kind of situation that sets you back naturally, it's okay. We're going to gain our strength back and we're going to get back to that point. But to make a decision to potentially regress yourself is not worth it in the long run. I mean, the reason we train is longevity. The reason we train is to avoid injury. The reason we train is to stay fit, to let our muscles do what they're supposed to do and to keep our flexibility, right, and all these other little things. So if you are thinking, well, the weather's almost here and now I'm going to be outside more, I'm here to tell you, no matter what job or what you do, and I'm not, I talk to guys and gals, I talk to people who are involved in manual labor stuff, right? Farmers or are just typical blue collar workers. That is very hard, intensive stuff. I do believe nothing directly correlates to resistance training. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm a blue collar guy and I work real hard and I'm lifting heavy stuff all the time, or like the farmers, you're going to have natural raw strength compared to somebody who has been working out forever. Like, you're going to be stronger naturally, yes. But anyways, that's not my point. I'm here to tell you nothing directly coincide. I don't know what the word is. Nothing is parallel to resistance and strength training. And we should not intentionally set ourselves back 3 or 4 months of progress. Again, at the very least, I would recommend some kind of maintenance phase. Figure out how you can fit it in 2 to 3 days a week. If that's what it takes, you can do your workouts a little bit differently than you're used to. Do more full body stuff. Maybe get full body workouts in twice a week or 3 times a week or whatever we can do. Again, your push day, your pull day, and then your lower body day. You just need to create a plan. I am very big on habit building and goal setting, and I just really want to encourage the people, again, with the weather change, that is not a great excuse to not focus on yourself. I know there's more vacations, there's more travel time, there's more outdoor time. Get your workouts in right away in the morning so you can have the afternoons off to yourself. Or again, whatever routine you can get into, I just urge you to figure out what that is. Still put yourself first, still get those workouts in, still get that routine in. It's no fun, like for those of you who have had an injury and you were set back, I assume you did not enjoy trying to regain your strength or your flexibility or your ability to use those muscles or whatever the situation was. So I, compare it to that. Obviously, it won't maybe be as extreme as an injury and a rehab, but why would you intentionally degress if you can do something about it? And I know there's people too, and this is not calling anybody out. This is several dozens of people that I've talked to, I mean more than that over the years, right? Where, I've got this, my resistance band set at home, or I've got my home gym weight machine or whatever. Trust me, we all have some kind of home gym equipment. That does not motivate us to get up and go be the best versions of ourselves. It takes a very special individual to be able to get an at-home workout routine going. Now, I believe you, if you say I stretch every day, I do my yoga every day, but a real strength resistance training workout at home, I give you props if you are that person. If you are the one that's at home and you can take time off from the gym and still get your workouts in at home, awesome, good for you. That is not easy for me. I need the feeling of going to the gym. I need the feeling of getting something done, and maybe even people seeing me as proof that I did it, right? You know how it is when you work out with other people in the room. You kind of push yourself a little bit more. You're a little bit more willing to, push your own limits or whatever. So anyways, I thought that was a fair point to bring up. It is very valid. Nice weather, not as much time. I don't want to spend money on the gym. I get it. I'm telling you, if you can work out through the summer, if you can figure out the routine. I have never not worked out in the summer. I've always prioritized myself. I can't imagine not working out throughout the summer. I just don't know what I would do without it. I would feel gross and flabby. And I'm sure, again, if you're in the gym, you know how it feels if you miss a week or two in the gym. Hey, you don't walk around feeling, I always used to feeling like pumped, right? Like your muscles aren't full. They don't have that feeling of, I've been working out, I've been at the gym, right? Everybody knows, again, how you feel after that workout. So anyways, this is your message to stay focused, find your goals, find your why, and don't just give yourself the excuse of, well, the sun and the weather and the water. You still need to go to the gym. We're here for longevity. We're here for when we're 70, when we're 80, when we're 90. Play with our grandkids. We can function. We can, get back up off the ground if we fall, right? Like, you got to think, we are instilling good habits now, so we stick with them forever, and so we can take care of ourselves. We don't have to rely on other people. So that's my message to you. When it comes to goals and habits and routines, just a friendly reminder, and this is something that I've been battling. If you've listened to any of our last podcasts, the last, who knows how many weeks, write down what you want to accomplish and just pick one thing. I probably should go back to picking one thing. I was very good, say 6 months ago, with a very strong routine and habits. Pick one thing you want to make your focus this week. Pick finances, pick health. Maybe you split up health into maybe my fitness routine, maybe my nutrition regimen, my regimen. Maybe you, again, finances, health, fitness, nutrition, work related. Pick one thing that we can focus on this week to instill some new habits. Don't focus on all of them. I would encourage you to pick one thing for each of those categories, but let's just say fitness. My goal is to work out 3 times a week this week, right? Or whatever we need to get back on track on. 10,000 steps, gallon of water, drinking my electrolytes, not drinking alcohol. Maybe my finance goals for this month or this week or whatever our timeline is. I want to save $50. I want to set aside $100. I want to invest some money. I want to pay off a credit card. Just let's pick one of those categories. Now let's set some habits and goals or whatever, right? Let's instill some new habits to better our life. Let's better our, our surroundings and again, focus on yourself. We need to put ourselves first, and we need to be the best version we can be. My goal is always to be 1% better every day. That is my goal for all of you who listen to this. It's not a message that I've said lately, but be 1% better than you were yesterday. What does that mean? Let's find something that can make us 1% better. Maybe I learned a little bit more today, right? Maybe part of the 1% better thing is not working out a little bit harder than yesterday and the day before the right? We're not trying to compound how hard and how intense I'm working out. That is not our goal. Our goal is not to do 10,000 steps today and 10,100 tomorrow and 10,000, right? That is not what I'm trying to say to be 1% better. Now, if I do 10,000 steps every day, that to me is being 1% better, because I'm doing what I need to do to keep myself fresh and young and happy and healthy, right? That is the definition of being 1% better, in my opinion. If I can specifically tell you at the end of the day what I learned, that to me is 1% better. I read a book, I read a paragraph, I read this, I was on a job and I learned this, right? Like, I am 1% better than I was yesterday. I know something that I did not know yesterday. I have worked on my health and I'm putting that in the right direction, right? So these are the things that you do to become 1% better. So anyways, I'm going to quit yapping at you. We're just sort of that 10-minute mark. Be 1% better. Be the best you can be. Focus on yourself. Prioritize yourself. It's easy to let things get in the way. Friends, family, occasions, birthday parties, weddings. I get it. All this stuff in life happens. If you do not schedule if you do not write down what you need to accomplish, use Google Calendar, plan out your days, plan out your weeks, plan out your months, and put in there, I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. No negotiations, non-negotiable, right? Like, that is my routine. That is what I'm going to do. So, grab the calendar, paper, whatever you got to do. Write down what you need to write down. Sorry for getting some wind here. It's about to storm on me. So, I'll wrap up there. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, and be the best you can be. Have a good one.